Hello everyone, welcome to the KZGN News. Today we'll bring you campaign news, results of Wednesday's City Council meeting, new polls coming out, Rotary Club news, today's KZGN Talking Points editorial, weather, sports, and much more.
From the Rademacher Hills to Bee Mountain and the mighty Sierras, Ridgecrest to Inyokern and China Lake, this is your news for the Indian Wells Valley with the KZGN News crew.
Hello, I'm Tom Waitnick. Thanks for joining us for the news affecting Ridgecrest and the Indian Wells Valley. Well, in the Republican campaign, Dr. Ben Carson has ended his run for the presidency. After a continued decline in votes, especially on Super Tuesday, he has decided that he is done. So the field is now down to Trump, Cruz, Rubio, and Kasich. And depending on the elections in less than 2 weeks, where Florida and Ohio hold their primaries, if Kasich loses his home state of Ohio, and if Rubio loses his home state of Florida, this could really impact their campaigns. And what will be interesting is the full court press by establishment Washington Republicans to stop Trump. This is completely unbelievable. The rancor that is out there is unbelievable. I'll have more on this topic in today's KZGN Talking Points editorial in a few minutes. Oh, and don't forget, there's another Republican debate going on Thursday evening. Well, the Ridgecrest City Council held their first meeting in March. First, they did a presentation of Employee Service Awards. Chief Strand got his 30-year award. 30 years, wow. Then they received a presentation by the Ridgecrest Area Convention and Visitors Bureau of the annual Petroglyph Festival and got an annual report from the agency. Items for approval on the consent calendar included approving compensation plans for mid-management and confidential unrepresented groups of employees. Next, the council approved a change order in the amount of $38,000 with Wildan Engineering for additional design, right-of-way, and easement acquisition services on the Down Street widening project. Then the council adopted an agreement with Wildan Engineering to provide construction management in the amount of $51,000 for the installation of a traffic signal at the intersection of China Lake Boulevard and Bowman Road. Next, they authorized the submittal of an application for a grant for fiscal year 2015-16 for almost $8,000. The grant is to be specifically used for beverage container recycling and litter cleanup activities. Next on the agenda, the council adopted a contract change in the amount of $9,000 for the Kerr-McGee restroom concession project. And finally, on the consent calendar, the council approved the purchase and installation of sliding electric doors required at Penny Pool in the amount of $9,500. It will be great for handicap access. The next part of the agenda was public hearings. First, the council held a public hearing and then approved a resolution establishing a finding that there are no unmet transit needs that are reasonable to meet with the public transportation system. And the final segment of the meeting is for discussion and other action items. These are often the most important items on the agenda. First, the council had a discussion of the grand jury final report concerning the City of Ridgecrest and Joint Powers Authorities. In summary, the grand jury recommended that the use of joint powered agreements needs to be more transparent. The council agreed with the recommendation and approved a reply stating so. And the final item on the agenda was a discussion of vendor advertisements on military banners. Ultimately, after Caltrans weighed in that no commercial advertising would be permitted in any Caltrans right-of-way, even as a small logo on the banners, that would not be allowed. So the council did not approve the use of any commercial tags on any military banners. So that's what happened at the Wednesday City Council meeting. In news about the campaign polls, a whole bunch of polls came out this week. As of the current polls, Trump is leading by respectable margins in Louisiana, Michigan, and Mississippi. And he's leading by very large margins. On the Democrat side, Clinton is leading in all the same states as Trump. In other political news, failed past Republican candidate Mitt Romney gave a speech today pounding at defeating Trump. How weird is that? Here's a Republican making a speech to defeat another Republican. A move to defeat another Republican based on innuendo and supposition. I watched many news pundits give their assessment of Romney's speech after he was done this morning. I watched Fox, MSNBC, and CNN. Almost every pundit, both on conservative and liberal-leaning networks, are saying that the speech was not going to hurt Trump, that Trump will probably benefit from it. and most agree the person that will benefit the most will be Clinton. For Romney to take the battle of the split Republican Party to such a low and public level demonstrates how scared the establishment is of losing control of the party. Of course, Romney blames Trump for the low level of the campaign, but he sees his joining in the fray as saving the party. Anyway, these are not my opinions. I'm reporting opinions I saw on TV immediately following the speech. So time will tell. In Rotary Club news, the Rotary Club at China Lake is hosting their annual Rotary Scholarship Dinner Auction. This is a fun evening of dinner and includes live and silent auctions. This dinner is open to anyone that wants to attend. You don't have to be a member of Rotary to attend and participate. The event raises money for local graduating senior scholarships. The event starts at 5:30 p.m. at the Kerr-McGee Center. For more information, contact Vincent Avalos at 760-382-2954. The cost of it is $30, which includes a great prime rib dinner. There will be door prizes as well. So come out Saturday evening for a great event. Help support the Rotary Club Scholarship Program. All scholarships are awarded to local students. Now stay with us. After the break, we'll have the 123rd KZGN News Talking Points editorial. Thanks for staying with us. Now it's time for the 123rd KZGN News Talking Points editorial. Here's today's topic: warning to Washington establishment people. The election is for us to decide. You need to get over yourselves and accept the will of the people. Today's editorial is a lecture to the establishment, and this applies to any political party that is getting too big for their britches. This applies to Democrats, Republicans, Independents, or whatever party might be guilty. Today, the problem is with the Republican establishment in Washington. Years ago, the problem was with New York Democrats. Today, the Republican establishment is pulling out all the stops to stop the will of the people. Today, even failed presidential candidate Romney is giving a speech to attack Trump. He is calling Trump a fraud and a fake. Holy cow. What is going on here? Let me start by being real clear. I still don't know if Trump is the right guy or not. Time will tell. However, for the elitists in Washington to try and affect the will of the people, this is deplorable. Even if the people make a mistake and choose the wrong person, it's still the people that make the choice. This is a country of we the people, not we the people only if the entrenched controlling Washington establishment agrees. If any candidate, and I don't care which candidate it is, if they get the majority of delegates through the established primary election cycle, then that person should get the nomination. Just who does these Washington elitists think they are? We get to choose our representatives, not them. They are free to provide their candidate for sure. They are free to support their candidate also. But they are not allowed to overturn the people's choice just because they think it's the right thing to do. The argument is to save the party, or this person can't be Clinton. That is not valid. I don't care about reasons. I care about the will of the people. Right or wrong, the will of the people decides, not a small group of billionaires. Now, do I want to see the party destroyed? No, I don't. However, what the establishment is doing to stop the current frontrunner is despicable. These elitists will be the ones to destroy the party if they continue the course they are going. If they continue to fight the will of the people, then it'll be their fault if the Republicans lose again in November. These guys just don't get how mad a huge portion of the American people are. We are furious at what's been going on in Washington for the last 7 years. We are furious at both parties. We want that to change. We want elected representatives that represent our beliefs. Elected representatives must acknowledge they work for us. They should be more open and available to us, we the people. They should accept our phone calls when we call. Don't brush us off on staffers when we want to talk to them. Don't act like they are honoring us with their presence at events and functions. They are just like you and me, no better, no worse. We want them to stand up for what we believe should be done, not what they think should be done. I know how that feels. I was an elected official at one time. I know how hard it is to represent the people's belief when it conflicts with my own belief. Now, I'm not talking about moral, legal, or core value issues. I'm referring to simple issue differences. When a large majority believes a certain way on an issue, then the elected representative has to represent them, not his own desire or beliefs. That is hard to do. However, as this is a system of we the people, that's how it's supposed to work. So take heed, Washington elitists. Get over yourselves. You are not the decision makers. We the people are. We get to decide who we want to represent us, not you. Right or wrong, we decide, not you. I don't care what party this is about, Republicans, Democrats, Independents, or whatever. You are just a political party. We the people are the country. If we the people are making a mistake, then it's okay for you to try and influence our decision. It's okay to have vigorous debate on the issues, but no one is perfect out there. In the end, it's still we the people that make the decision. Do not try and overturn the people's will. Accept that we are in charge, not you. To be clear, every party has had turmoil over the history of our country. There have been riots in the streets over political issues, but none of those events have been strong enough to stop the grand experiment this country is. This country is not about a party, organization, or a business. It's about the freedom of the people to decide the course we want to go. The decision is not in the hands of elitists and power brokers in Washington, or wherever they might be. Hey, Washington entrenched bureaucrat, we the people are fed up with being ignored. We are fed up with our beliefs being brushed off. We are mad and are taking back control of our country. The country is run by the 300 million citizens, not the few in Washington. We will choose our president, not you. Stop the character assassinations. Stop the playground tantrums. Stop threatening us with warnings of a political party doom. Just give us the facts. Give us the arguments. It's not about a political party. No matter race, creed, beliefs, or whatever, we are all equals. It's about we the people. We are a government for the people and by the people. There's nothing in the Constitution that says we are a government by a political party. And today, we got to see the head of the Republican machine, Romney. He ripped Trump every which way he could. Again, many things he brought up were based on supposition and innuendo. There is one huge thing to keep in mind. Even if there was some truth to what Romney said about Trump's policies, there's 3 branches of government. Congress would not let him put in policies that would result in the doom and gloom Romney predicts. What a sad day it is for the Republicans to be taking this battle so vile in public. Romney has taken it to a much higher level now. The establishment wants to blame Trump for not being conservative enough and ruining the party. Again, that's for we the people to decide, not a few Washington bureaucrats. News flash to Washington Republican elitists. You are the ones handing the election to the Democrats by doing what you are doing. Did Romney help the party today? Not a chance. He just helped the Democrats win the White House in November. The Democrats have to be laughing so hard their sides are hurting. The establishment Republicans know they only have 2 more weeks to stop Trump. And this is going to be a nasty 2 weeks. And oh, by the way, as I'm watching almost every debate and measuring the words of the candidates, did you notice much of Romney's script was almost word for word Rubio's canned script? Just an observation. In conclusion, this is a warning to the Washington establishment Republicans. The election is not about you or a party. The election is for us to decide. You need to get over yourselves and your power. Accept the will of the people. The people are taking back control of the country, and it starts in November. I'm Tom Whitnick, and that's what I think. I'd like to know what you think. If you have any comments about this editorial or would like to discuss or recommend a topic, I'd like to hear from you. Please email them to info@kzgn.net. Now stay with us for weather and sports when we come back. Thanks for staying with us. Now here's Lane with the weather.
Thank you, Tom. From the National Weather Service, a series of storms will bring heavy rain with high elevation snow to the Pacific Northwest and Northern California over the next few days. Snow will fall across for parts of the Great Lakes, Ohio Valley, and Northeast. Thunderstorms are possible across the Southeast, while elevated fire weather conditions continue across the Southern Plains. Temperatures across the nation. Carolinas at 50, Georgia at 42, Arkansas at 60, Northern Texas at 66, Arizona at 81, and Los Angeles at 65. And for us locally, tonight, partly cloudy with a low around 45, south-southwest wind 10 miles per hour. Friday, mostly sunny with a high near 77, south wind 5 miles per hour. Friday night, mostly cloudy with a low around 47, west-southwest wind 10 miles per hour with gusts as high as 15. Saturday, partly sunny with a high near 75, west-southwest wind 10 to 15 miles per hour with gusts as high as 30. Saturday night, a 50% chance of rain, mostly cloudy with a low around 46, south-southwest wind 15 to 20 miles per hour with gusts as high as 30. Sunday, a 50% chance of showers, mostly cloudy with a high near 62, west wind 20 miles per hour with gusts as high as 30. Sunday night, a 30% chance of showers, mostly cloudy with a low around 41, southwest wind 20 to 25 miles per hour with gusts as high as 35. And Monday, a 50% chance of showers, partly sunny with a high near 61, south-southwest wind 5 to 15 miles per hour. And that is your forecast for the IWV. Now back to Tom.
Thanks, Lane. And now here's Tom Heck with sports.
A very pleasant Thursday, early evening to everyone. Let's talk about Saracoso baseball real quick. The Coyotes are on the road this afternoon. They're over at College of the Desert. They'll be off this weekend. They're currently 9-4. They had a nice win Tuesday against San Bernardino. On next Thursday, they will be home again. They'll play Victor Valley College. That game was scheduled for 2 o'clock. And then Saturday, they'll be home again against Barstow. That'll be at 6 o'clock in the evening game. All right, rarely do we talk about hockey. We give a few scores. We're going to bring our expert in, John Wheatley, and he is going to talk a little bit about what's going on in the NHL for the next couple minutes.
Thank you for having me. My name's John. In the West, we have the Blackhawks atop the West standings. You got Patrick Kane, probably most likely going to win the Hart Trophy, which is the MVP. You also have his line mate on the second line, Arturi Panarin, with the Calder Trophy, which is Rookie of the Year. In the East, you have the Capitals atop the East, which are the favorite to win the Stanley Cup this year, with the Vienza Trophy most likely going to Braden Holtby with a 40-game winner so far, and most likely going to break Marty Brodeur's win record during the season. Tonight for your local teams, you have the Kings versus Montreal at LA tonight. And just some standings, you got the Wild and the Avalanche battling for the last spot in the wild card spot, and over in the East, you'll have your Boston Bruins, Pittsburgh Penguins battling for the last spot over there.
All right, John, appreciate you stopping by. We'll have John again before it's too long. And last night at the NCAA, USC defeats Oregon State. UCLA loses to Oregon. UCLA probably not in the tournament this year. USC on the bubble. Somehow, some way, the Clippers came back and beat Oklahoma City. They were down 17 in the fourth quarter, down by more than that early, but they get the job done. Oklahoma City tonight's at Golden State, and the Lakers do what they've done most of the season. They lose. They lose this time to the Nuggets in Denver. That'll be your sports on this Thursday. I'm Tom Heck for KZGN.
So that's the news for today. All of us at KZGN-TV know you have a choice in what you watch for your news. We all thank you for choosing KZGN-TV, Ridgecrest's only locally owned community TV station. Now stay tuned for Ridgecrest Talk coming up next.